Kamusta na mga ka-addict? Are you looking for more torque? Then, make it dual motor. This is a complete diagram guide on how to wire dual motor setup for your electric scooter. A very simple wiring diagram that you could easily follow and understand. Let's start. For a dual motor setup, I highly recommend to use two identical controllers and two identical hub motors to achieve balanced power and torque. Use a battery that has two discharge ports for each controller. Prepare two connection box with 3 poles, one for negative power line wire and one for positive power line wire, and another one for the electric lock wire, also known as switch wire. These two thick wires, black and red, are for the battery power line wires to be connected to the battery. And then, this thin red wire is the electric lock wire or switch wire. Connect the controller's phase wires and the Hall sensor wires to the hub motor's phase and Hall sensor wires. Just in case your controller and hub motor do not match colors, you need to determine the correct pairing manually. There are 36 combinations that you can try until you get the right one. In my experience, green to green, yellow to blue, and blue to yellow is always the smoothest combinations. In controller 1, start connecting the throttle kit. Throttle input are 3 wires coming from the controller, normally colored black, red, and green, in one connector. Black wire is the ground or negative, red wire is the positive 5 volts, and the green wire is the signal. Connect the throttle kit according to color, black to black, red to red, and green to green. Never swap position or interchange the black and the red wires. Take note, some throttles have different signal wire color. Some are color white and some are color blue. 3-speed switch kit is next. The 3-speed input on the controller is a group of 3 wires. The black wire is the ground and the 2 other wires are for gear 1 and gear 3. Connect the other wire to the ground to activate gear 1 or the other one to the ground to activate gear 3. If the black wire is not connected, that's in gear 2. The controller is set in gear 2 by default. The wire functions are usually labeled. Use Google Lens to translate the label in case it is written in Chinese. The colors of the 3-speed wires may vary depending on the controller's standard. I made a complete tutorial video on how to wire the speed switch. Please check the link in the description. Now let's move on to the key ignition switch kit. From the key ignition switch kit, connect the black wire to the negative power line wire that connects the battery and the controller. The green wire from the key ignition switch kit should be connected to the positive power line wire. And the remaining red wire is for the electric lock wire from the controller. For a complete guide on how to install the key ignition switch kit, please check the links in the description. In the diagram, you can see the controller 1 is already set. The necessary components are all connected to the controller 1. The key ignition switch kit, throttle, 3-speed switch, battery, and the hub motor. Now, it's time to link the controller 1 to the controller 2. To power on or activate the second controller, link the electric lock wire or switch wire of the controller 1 to the controller 2 electric lock wire. For the throttle, you only need to link the color green signal wire of the controller 1 to the controller 2 signal wire. And lastly, the 3-speed wires. Link the gear 1 and the gear 3 signal input wires to the second controller. The diagram is now completed. As you can see in the diagram, there are 2 controllers. Both are rated 50 amps. And that's a total of 100 amps. And the battery is rated 150 amps continuous discharge. Make sure the battery can sustain or support the controller's amp rating to avoid the battery from getting damaged. It is important to use a high discharge battery on a high rated BLDC controller to prevent dangerous voltage sag, excessive heat generation, and premature battery degradation. A high rated BLDC controller demands massive bursts of current to deliver maximum torque and acceleration to the motor. If your battery's discharge rating is too low, it cannot sustain these sudden energy demands safely. Also, always mind the battery wires. Use silicone wires when extending or working on the battery discharge port. 10-gauge silicone wire is good enough for the 50 amp controller load. Use XT90 connector for this kind of setup. When connecting the battery line wires to the controller's power line wires, use phenolic connection box designed for e-bikes or electric scooters. Phenolic connection box is a heavy-duty electrical block used to securely connect high current wiring on electric bikes or electric scooters. It is most commonly used to bridge the 3-phase wires coming from the brushless DC controller directly to the hub motor along with the battery or power line wires. For safety purposes, always connect the battery at the end of the procedure to avoid short circuits when working on the wirings. I also highly recommend adding breaker between the battery and the controller for more safer build. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to support my channel by liking, commenting, and sharing all my videos. At syempre, maraming salamat. Muli kayong naligaw sa channel ko. Ride safe lang palagi, mga ka-addict.